These are my course notes for the teaching material of the systemized course Foundations for New Thinking. Table of Contents. Chapter 1. Change your position. Chapter 2. Create your own change. Chapter 3. Situations to your advantage. Chapter 4. Stop assigning blame. Chapter 5. Living without judgment. Chapter 1. Change your position. Think from the perspective that everything is available to you. Hello and welcome to this course. I am very pleased to have you here. The goal is to provide you with the foundational tools that will allow you to transform your mindset and establish the basis for a new life. Many people have limiting beliefs like I can't afford this is not possible for me, or life doesn't give me opportunities. But what if we could let go of these beliefs? What if you start thinking differently from the perspective that everything in life is available? This is the first and perhaps the most important shift you can make in your thinking. The key lies within yourself. To radically change your life, you must understand that the limitations often exist only in your mind. These barriers cause us to shrink the world around us to the size of a small room, a house, an apartment, or a job. But in reality, the entire world is available to us. Every moment of your life is full of possibilities, but you need to allow yourself to embrace them. Ask yourself these questions. Where have I recently restricted myself? In what situations have I convinced myself that something is impossible? Some exercises. Think in terms of possibilities. Take a moment to reflect on situations in your life where you felt there was no way out. How could you see alternative possibilities in such moments? Write down these ideas. Observe yourself in everyday life. Where do you limit yourself? What if you mentally step out these limitations? The first steps may seem small, but they can make a significant difference in your perception and ultimately your life. Change begins within. Your next reality starts with changing your internal beliefs. By realizing that the world has no rigid boundaries and that you are the creator of your own reality, you open the door to a life full of possibilities. Start with small steps. Ask yourself what you truly want and allow yourself to pursue these goals. I invite you to continue this journey with me and take the next step towards a free and fulfilling life. Chapter 2. Create your own change. Allow yourself to imagine that something magical could happen to you tomorrow. Welcome to our second lecture. In this chapter, we will focus on how you can invite change into your life. Many people believe that their lives are monotonous, predictable, and gray, and that nothing new or exciting can happen anymore. But what if you could let go of that belief? Imagine that tomorrow or the day after, something wonderful could happen to you. This attitude of openness to life and its possibilities can already lay the foundation for significant change. Overcome the routines. What I often observe is that many people are stuck in their daily routines, especially after a certain turning point in life, often associated with age. In youth, around 20 years old, we still believe in the magic of life, in the endless possibilities of the future. But over time, many lose that belief and sink into a life marked by repetition. It is important to break the cycle. Allow yourself to believe that it is never too late to start something new. Change is always possible as long as you are open to it. Exercise your dreams and visions. Allow yourself to think about what you really want. What dreams have you perhaps buried because you thought they were unattainable? Write down these dreams and think about how you can bring them to life in your present. Small steps to big changes. You don't have to turn your entire life upside down to create change. Start with small, deliberate steps. Change one routine that no longer brings you joy. Find new activities that spark your interest and inspire you. Surround yourself with people who encourage you to believe in your dreams. Life will not change by itself if we do not change. By allowing yourself to be open to new possibilities and taking the first steps, you can break out of the monotony of everyday life and lead a fulfilling, exciting life. It's never too late to make small changes that lead to big differences. Chapter 3. Situations to your advantage. Turn challenges into opportunities. Welcome to our third lecture. In this chapter, we will explore an important topic: How can we turn difficult or negative situations into opportunities? Many of us have experienced moments in life that throw us off balance, where it feels like the ground beneath our feet has been pulled away. But what if we could learn to view these situations from a position of strength? Dealing with critical points in life, there are these pivotal moments when everything seems safe and predictable until suddenly something happens that changes everything. Perhaps you were stuck in routine, in a state of stability and predictability, but then an event disrupts your plans, leaving you wondering, what now? Where do I go? In such moments, many people tend to fall into depression or negative thought patterns, but this is precisely where the opportunity lies to use this point as a springboard, as a chance to grow stronger. Exercise finding strength in difficult moments. Take time to reflect on a challenging situation in your life. Ask yourself, where is my opportunity to grow? How can I turn this situation to my advantage? Write down your thoughts and outline possible solutions. Changing perspective. When we stop being solely guided by emotions and instead consciously analyze what happened, new paths open up. It's about pausing and regaining control. Imagine that this challenging situation could be a starting point for something greater, a moment that allows you to discover new strengths within yourself. Difficult situations are inevitable, but our response to them is in our hands. By learning to use these moments from a position of strength, you can turn them into opportunities for growth and transformation. Remember, every challenge carries an opportunity if you are ready to see it. Chapter 4: Stop assigning blame. Focus on solutions instead of blame. Welcome to the fourth lecture. Today we will discuss the topic of blame, both towards others and ourselves. Often when something unpleasant happens in our lives, we ask who is to blame. But what if we could redirect this energy to solve the problem instead? The cycle of blame. Many people, when faced with problems, start looking for someone to blame. They tend to hold others responsible for their circumstances. It's their fault or they shouldn't have done that. But the opposite attitude, blaming oneself, is also unproductive. Getting lost in guilt often leads to a negative spiral that yields no solutions. Blame, whether directed outward or inward, distracts from the real question. How can I solve this problem? Instead of wasting energy on finding who's at fault, it's more effective to focus on the next steps. Exercise a focus on solutions. Think about a current challenge in your life. Ask yourself, what specific actions can I take to improve the situation? What resources or support are available to me? Write down your thoughts and start with one small, actionable step, taking responsibility without blame. Understand that responsibility does not equal blame. Taking responsibility means that we actively take action and seek solutions. We seek solutions rather than getting stuck in accusations. This mindset gives us control and the ability to positively influence our lives. Blame is an obstacle to positive change. By stopping the search for someone to blame, whether ourselves or others, and instead focusing on solutions, we can use our energy more effectively. Remember, it's not about who is to blame, but about how we can improve the situation. Chapter 5: Living without judgment. Allow people to live their lives as they choose. Welcome to the final and perhaps the most important lecture of this course. Today's topic is acceptance, the ability to accept others as they are without judgment. This principle is critical if we want to lay the foundation for a new way of thinking. The cycle of judgment. Many of us tend to judge others. They shouldn't live like that. That's the wrong path. But why do we think we know what's best for others? No one is obligated to live their life the way we think is right. Everyone has the right to make their own choices and follow their own path. This topic is profound because it's not just about judgment. It's about the fundamental ability to respect the free will and choices of others, even when they don't align with our own views. Exercise a focus on yourself. Observe yourself. When was the last time you judged someone? What led you to do so? Reflect on how you can focus on your own growth and development instead of evaluating others. Freedom through acceptance. By stopping judgment of others, we not only gain more energy for ourselves, but also create an environment where we are judged less. Acceptance means allowing people to be who they are and instead focusing on our own growth. Living without judgment is a key to personal freedom and a fulfilling life. It allows us to channel energy into what matters, our own growth and development, and gives those around us the freedom to follow their own paths. Thanks for listening, and see you at the next lectures.